How do you let go people that are very dear to you, like your family members, your children, your partner, your 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 friends, people that are very close to you? How do you let go property that you have acquired over the years? Your house, your furniture, your dresses, your suitcases, your shoes, your makeup, when they are so close to you, when you've grown to love them so much, when you have such a very, very close relationship to them, how do you let them go at one point? Sure, you have to let them go if keeping them has become more difficult, if keeping them is bringing you more pain than joy, if keeping them is stopping you from stepping into your next masterpiece, if keeping them is really stopping you from having the peace of mind that you need to sleep, then you probably have to let them go. If they were meant to stay, they will come back to you, believe me. Hello and welcome to the Globuntu 30 Days Let It All Go Challenge. My name is Beatrice Achaleke, and I am here to share with you some of the rituals that I developed when I had to let go 20 years of living and working in Europe. I had to let go of my business, my reputation, my business partners, customers that I have acquired over the years. Above all, I had to let go my children. I have to leave my children in Europe in order to relocate to Africa under circumstances that no reasonable person would have done it. Today, I ask myself, how did I do it? But when I reflect, it dawned on me that I was able to do that because I had to get myself on a very, very special mindset, what I call today my Globuntu mindset. And to get there, I had to practice some rituals. Some of them may cling very obsolete to you. They may cling, now I'm speaking German to you, pardon me. Some of them may sound very weird to you, but I did use them and they worked for me. The first one is acknowledgement. Acknowledge your circumstances. Acknowledge the relationship that you've been in. Acknowledge how it worked in the beginning. Appreciate the good things that were there when you got into the relationship and the moments that you had. Appreciate the job, the salary that it brought to you at one time. You probably got into that job at a time when you badly needed a job and it was good to be in there. So get those moments and appreciate them. The time that you spent with your children and the good things that you could do with them, what you could share with them, how you brought them up, you acknowledge those moments. That is what I did. I had to really acknowledge every one of those moments, take them into me, right inside me, and savor them gradually and tell myself it was a good time. When I acknowledged them, I had to move to the next step, celebrating them. Celebration is very, very interesting. It's a very, very interesting concept when you have to let go. You really have to celebrate those moments. If I tell you what I did in my house, you may think that I was crazy. And at that moment when I did it, I thought that I was actually getting insane up there. But when I did my celebration ritual, it actually really allowed me to let those things that were very close to me, things that were very dear to me, some of them were very expensive, it actually allowed me to let them go so I could move. I could move with 2 suitcases from Austria to South Africa. Okay. I had to go move around to each one of my furniture, to each one of the things that were in my kitchen, each kitchen utensil, in my garden, each tree, and talk to them personally, telling them how much I appreciated the time that we spent together, the services that they rendered to me, how much I appreciate the fact that we shared a home together and that they were part of my life for the time that I had them. I talked to them. And when I finished talking to each one of them, I put on music and I said, let's party. Now we're going to have a big party tonight. We're celebrating the good times that we had together. And you could hear me in the evening playing music, and my neighbors were asking, like, what is wrong with this woman? We hear she's having financial difficulties and she's moving out of her house, and yes, she's playing music. But that celebration really got me going. And to make that even easier, I had to find a music that I could really connect to. And it was my best music at the time, Nous sommes les héros. It's like, we are the heroes. There's nothing that you can do. We are the heroes. In that moment, I was celebrating myself, my life, and everything that was in my house and telling them we are all heroes. And the fact that we're going to separate from each other doesn't change the fact that we had a very, very good time with each other. It doesn't change the fact that we are all heroes. Okay, so that music really, really helped me to celebrate the moments in my life, the moments that I spent with all the properties that I had in that house. And it was easy for me to then let go. So when I let go, I made myself ready for something new. I made myself free of those things. And being free means that I was ready to grab other things. So I could easily, that allowed me to let go so I could grab other things. Okay, so when you acknowledge the things that you want to let go, the moments that you shared with them, you celebrate what has been very positive on the journey with those things or those people, and then you make yourself ready to grab something new. The next step is you easily let go. You let go. I let go of my children. I let go of my everything that I owned, and today I'm happier than I was then. Okay, I'm happier. I'm myself. I'm doing the things that I really wanted to do because I was able to let go all those things without any remorse, without any regret. Now, when you let go, the next thing is you make yourself generous. You share with people around you. So I could easily choose the people that I gave my furniture to. I chose the people that I gave my bed to. I chose the people that I gave my kitchen stuff to. And when I gave them, I told them, be nice to these things because they have served me. We have had a very good relationship. They have served me over the years. Okay, so if you're not going to be nice to them, just don't take them. I'll give them to someone who allows me to know that, who lets me understand that they're going to be nice to them. And people did promise. Some people took pictures and sent to me and said, this is where your sofa is standing in my house. This is where your pot is in my kitchen. And that really gave me that relief to let those things go. Now, when it comes to my children, originally I intended to move with my children to South Africa, but the conditions changed and I couldn't move with them. So I had to leave them behind. Now, I had to trust a whole lot in their father. I had to trust the fact that he was going to take care of our kids and that he was going to be the best father. I had to trust in the fact that his new relationship is going to accept our children. And so I let the kids go to them. So when you let the kids go, you don't mix yourself into the things that happen there. Okay. So I never ask my kids how they're living with their stepmother and with their father together. It's something that we don't talk about. And if anything happens there, I tell them, you sort it out there. Daddy and your stepmother are in position to sort these things out with you. Don't tell me those things that will disturb me or things that will disturb you. I am far away. So it ties down to one of my education principles, which has so much to do with Ubuntu. It says that we love each other passionately. We care very much for each other, but we're not attached to each other. And I first heard about loving someone without being attached from Wayne Dyer, one of the great motivational American speakers that I know and respect very much. So loving someone, being passionate about someone, being committed to someone and not being attached, it's something very, very powerful. And not having that bad feeling that because you're not there, people will think that you love them less. No, my kids and I, we love each other, but we are not attached to each other. And that has really been very, very instrumental for me in letting them go, knowing that they're happy where they are. They may not live the same life that I would have provided them, but that is what it is. So they have the chance to experience another kind of life where they are, which I cannot provide them. So it just complements their life. Sometimes you have to let people go so they can grow and so you too can grow. If you stick together, you may not really ever experience what it means to let each other go. And when you meet again, you learn to really celebrate the moments that you meet. You take quality time to meet, to share with each other because you know what it means to let each other go. Okay. So once you let things go, when you let people go, the next thing you want to do is apply the principle of I am because you are. Remember, I am because you are. It means your humanness and your interconnectedness, meaning you talk to people, share your story with people, tell people that you're moving. When I made the decision that I was moving from Austria to South Africa, I had not lived in South Africa before, but I moved And I moved very quickly. By talking to people around me and telling them that I was going to South Africa, enabled them to immediately give me new connections. People connected me to this person. Oh, I have a friend in South Africa. Oh, can I connect you to this person? And so many things happened. Ever since I got to South Africa, I have been facing very, very, very big challenges. But there has never been a moment that I have regretted that I let go the life that I led in Europe to be here. The challenges that I face here, they make me grow. They're a different set of challenge that help me to discover who I can be. It helps me to discover the talents that I have in me that I wouldn't have discovered if I stayed back in Europe, that I wouldn't have discovered if I hadn't faced those challenges. So when you want to let things go, this is the next principle that you want to master. You make yourself a learner. Put yourself in the position of a learner. Whatever comes, don't take it personally. If you are a learner or a researcher, then you know you want to have your findings. So your findings you can then use either to grow your life or you can use to help someone else. So you don't concentrate on what is happening. You concentrate very much on your findings and the fact that you have to share your findings. So if you really want to let things go, make yourself ready not to blame, not to feel guilty, not to feel uncomfortable, but rather to learn. Learn what is coming your way and grab it. When you send out information to people that you are letting things go and that you're moving on, what you want to do is watch your space. Watch who else is coming in and forget about who is leaving. The important thing is many more situations and many more people are coming in. And the good thing about the people that are coming in then is that they know the situation you're in. They are like-minded people. You see, I got into this community I'm sharing the information with because I shared my story with you. So there's so many people who left my life the moment I shared that story. The reason I don't regret having let them go is because they were in another stage of my life when things were different. They knew the other Beatrice, not the Beatrice of now. And the Beatrice of now is connected with people who came into my life at the moment when I was moving into the new life that I now have. So what I'm trying to say is don't be afraid to let situations go. Don't be afraid to let people go if they are bringing you more discomfort than comfort. Okay. Don't if you fear to let them go, it's all right. It's all right, but overcome your fear. Think about who you will become in the next 2 months, the next 2 years, the next 5 years, if you don't let those people or those situations go. What will you become? And be open and receptive. I got that one from Louisa Hay. Be open and receptive to whatever is coming your way. If you don't like it, you can always let it go again. Once you train to let things go, you don't get too attached, you don't get too emotional. It doesn't mean you love less. No, not at all. You just love specifically. You love consciously. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you on this video about rituals, that some of the rituals that you can really apply when you plan to let things go, when things are not going right, when your job is not going right, when your relationship is not going right, or when you have to move from one place to the other. You really have to bear those things in mind. So acknowledge what it is, celebrate the good moments, make yourself free to grab something else, let it go, and make yourself a learner, put yourself in the position of a learner, and apply the principle of I am because you are. I hope this information is useful to you. It has been very useful to me. If it is, share it with some other people who may also be needing it right now. It is free. Like it and reach out to me, inbox me if you think that I can help you personally in any way to let the things go that, the suitcases or the things go that you're carrying with you right now. Remember, take action, be proactive. I am because you are. That is our Ubuntu philosophy by which I operate. Thank you very much.